Okay. Now, as always, I will just try and make sure my stream is working appropriately because I tend to have quite a few of my own um, audio issues. Okay, so it seems like I'm live and things are good to go. I'm going to start just going over the crypto engineering study group information from Uncloak. This is the second week of its running. Last week we got started. My internet connectivity was terrible. I've been in Antigua for the past couple of weeks. A lot of other things have been going on randomly. My grandmother, Grams, passed away last Friday. Actually, around this time. Actually, it's been exactly a week. So I haven't been as organized as I've wanted to be, and so just to start off being more organized, in my weekly schedules after the Friday Crypto Engineering Study Group, I do plan to continually live stream just how Uncloak has been changing over the week and what types of new information is available in this courses section. So, we have this Rust Cryptography Engineering section of the courses tab. And then in that Rust Cryptography Engineering section, we have the course session notes, we have the course homework solutions for week one, and we have the general syllabus. So, I'll start with the general syllabus, and then from the general syllabus, I'll go into the session notes and then the solutions beyond that, which we did go through all of this information, at least the solutions from chapter one and the notes from the week two. So these are the week two notes, right? That are going to be uploaded soon. You have week two notes and you have the week one notes here. So again, it's going to be a 4-month open to the public Rust Cryptography Engineering weekly study group covering the textbook there and other materials as necessary. The group has weekly programming assignments. And we meet in the Uncloak Discord. And so if you don't know where that is, the Uncloak Discord is right here. And we have like study group forum. We have different like study groups you can meet in the American study group, the Euro study group, the Asia study group, General Rust Help study group. And there's lots of different ways to kind of get involved. There's cryptography chatter, Rust chatter, zero knowledge chatter, and just so many things going on in this Discord channel. So in my opinion, it's the number one place to find out what's going on. And also the recorded lectures are hosted on YouTube. So again, you can click out to the YouTube. Currently there's only one lecture there. And on my little wonderful device here, I could actually just come in here, go to, it's actually being a bit annoying, isn't it? But anyways, if I go to the channel, for Uncloak, and I switch account to the actual Uncloak account, and I go to content, and I go to playlists. Actually, there's 4 videos on this playlist. Week 2 has already been added. So again, week 2's already been added. I don't know why it's not showing up here. Playlists says there's 4 videos, 2 videos are hidden, and here is the week 2 video. So either way, it's there, it's working. I'm glad it's up there. So let's close that. Why are we doing this? So basically, okay, and it goes through, practical cryptography for developers, good information here, crypto book, and number theory explained from first principles. Number theory article is amazing. I would definitely suggest anyone to go through that just to learn about number theory in general. There's other articles on that explained from first principles blog that are also exquisite. So why? Learning materials can be scattered, out of date, inaccessible. Rust is also a new language, and it's definitely being used prolifically in the cryptography ecosystem. And so specifically, the solution we're trying to solve is make sure there's more resources available for Rust-based cryptography developers or engineers. So there's a Rust channel specifically in the Discord, and the notes are now being shared on the Uncloak graph. So you can kind of see how there's a README that's connected to the syllabus, and the syllabus is now connected to the course 1 solutions and the session 1 notes. And then we're always going to have course homework 2 solutions, homework 2 notes, and you can hopefully start seeing how the knowledge is all being shared from this one syllabus into these notes. And of course, there can be like solutions that dig into other topics. For example, the solutions from chapter 1 might have to do with like don't roll your own crypto aphorism. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak properly right now. Anyways, why should you not join this group? So if you want to use cryptography tools, ZK stuff, but don't want to actually do engineering, that's cool. Resources will be created for that, but you can kind of look at this stuff and get started. So maybe not necessarily be in this specific study group if that's what you're trying to do. Then, when is it? It began November 18th. So again, that was when Grams passed. I'll probably never forget that now. But November 18th. And it goes until roughly mid-March. Fridays at 5:45 UTC, 9:45 Pacific. And yeah, trying to get as many time zones as possible. And here is the wonderful syllabus. And so, week 1, obviously, was pretty straightforward. The session notes are here. And you can kind of see the notes, honestly, if you just kind of like, you can't open it from a new tab. So these are the session notes right here. We can go through them in a second. They're pretty straightforward. And then you can kind of start going through, some facts. How do you sign up? Join Discord. Are they going to be recorded? Can you go at your own pace? Yes, everything's on YouTube. And of course, you can go at your own pace. What is the time commitment? Maybe 4 to 5 hours per week totally. But, some people might take longer if you're not a developer. And if you are a developer, you might be able to get things in a couple hours a week. But reading will take you a few hours a week regardless. Can you join in the middle? Yeah, the book's not too complicated, and the YouTube videos are there recording it, so you can join whenever you want. How much Rust should you know? Honestly, you should know. I mean, if you know another programming language, you can come in and use Rust. If you're first time programming, you don't know any Rust, it'll be difficult to go through Rust stuff. Like, I have a hard time with it, to be completely honest. But still, there's lots of articles to kind of get you started understanding how to use Rust. How much math do you have to know? You got to at least be relatively good at, grade 9, 10, 11, 12 math. There's a lot of resources as well to kind of get brushed up on math. You don't need some crazy high level, university or graduate level math, but algebra and all that, you do have to know how algebra works. Will there be NFTs for coming? No. There's no grading. Your GitHub history is a more applicable certificate, and we could have fun little things. But for now, your GitHub stuff. How employable will you be after 4 months? That's not really a lot of time to become a cryptographer or be good at cryptography engineering, but it'll be a start. Who are Thor and Chloe? So there's Thor, there's me, Chloe. Cool. Yeah. Hopefully this is helpful to some people. I'm going to go through the session 1 notes quickly. So technically, session 1 was going through organization. What is the structure of the book, the course? What is the book about? What is Rust? How are we going to be using Rust in this course to educate on cryptography engineering? What is the group structure? How are our study groups going to be made? So I do still have my 10-person study group, for example. If you go to the Discord and I go to my crypto engineering study group, it's quite active. We're having a lot of fun with these group members, to be completely honest. But there's more groups that are being made now. So for example, now they have time zone specific groups, and so again, groups for America, Europe, Asia, so that everyone can hopefully feel comfortable being in the Discord and getting involved. On the Uncloak graph, there's 2 kind of main projects. There is the study group here, and then everything else kind of with the Uncloak graph on the bottom. And then hopefully, we put some exercises out as well. So for example, chapter 1 exercises from the textbook, chapter 2 exercises from the textbook, and then some general exercises. So, if you want to read about RSA, how do you do that? If you want to benchmark the speed of your algorithm, how do you do that? What is criterion? There's a user guide I think I found very interesting from Boggy. The video intro from Boggy was pretty cool. And then some general topics. And then this is the topic it has to deal with. And the course 1, homework solutions. And so again, the solution for for question number 10, solutions for all of these questions. And yeah, pretty straightforward. There is this extra reading, New Directions in Cryptography. I actually do want to stream the entire paper, although probably won't be doing much streaming papers anymore because I just think this paper is really interesting. People should read it on their own, and these days we do have wonderful tools like this where you can just copy, let's say, this part of the paragraph. You can just right click, hit speech, hit start speaking. They brought this back. I don't know where it went to for a while, but now it's back. And so I'll turn my audio up.
Information from communications over an insecure channel, in order to use cryptography to ensure privacy. However, it is currently necessary for the communicating parties to share a key which is known to no one else. This is done by sending the key
so this is pretty much how I read my papers, at least the first time going over it. I definitely have like ADHD, and I find it really hard for me to pay attention to content. And so this kind of forces me to I usually do like at least a half page at a time. Sometimes I do both pages, but it doesn't always highlight appropriately. So what's an example? Here's a good example. So if I try and highlight here, you'll see that it actually starts highlighting the right side of the page, and it'll actually read in the way it highlights. So it'll start reading this left side, and then it'll read part of the figure, and then it'll read part of the thing. So usually to fix that, I'll just kind of, okay, so I'll read up to here, and I'll let it read, and when I'm done, I will kind of, come to here, tell it to read this. But again, you see how it'll start, when I go to here, it'll start reading the rest of it first. So I'll just kind of, stop here, read that, and then, even here, I'll probably read this by myself, to be honest, just read this out loud, and then come down here. So it's not perfect by any means, but it does allow me to kind of just make sure the text being read out to me. It actually does read the math relatively well too, which is great. It'll read Greek symbols and all of that. So people that want to learn how Greek symbols are written out, I think this works pretty well for that. But anyways, there was the extra reading, new directions in cryptography. I think it's a wonderful paper. It has some great points. For example, one of the coolest parts of it, I think, is how it just so clearly outlines like a ciphertext only attack is a cryptanalytic attack in which the cryptoanalyst possesses only ciphertext. It's obvious, but it explains it so clearly. An unknown plaintext attack is a cryptanalytic attack in which the cryptoanalyst possesses a substantial quantity of corresponding plaintext and ciphertext. So again, it's only called a plaintext attack, but it actually has plaintext and ciphertext, and you have a substantial quantity. A chosen plaintext attack is a cryptoanalytic attack in which the cryptanalyst can submit an unlimited number of plaintext messages of his own choosing and examine the resulting cryptograms. So again, explaining a bit, ciphertext only, plaintext only, or plaintext attack, chosen plaintext attack, and then chosen ciphertext attack, which obviously means you could choose the plaintext and choose the ciphertext you get out of it, which would be quite powerful as an adversary. Okay. So now going into week 2 notes. Again, I actually wrote out the basics of this. Thor added these wonderful notes. I have problems, and so I'm going to delete that. It's going to bother me. But these exercises are hopefully helpful to get people started. So, for example, how much space would be required to store a table for an entire idealized block cipher that operates on 64-bit blocks and has 80-bit keys? So again, these questions are quite complicated. They can be kind of hard to get started. Obviously, this has to do with chapter 3 in the textbook. And so again, if you went to a text and you kind of just scrolled, to page 61, right? You would start seeing these questions. What the heck? Did I write page 61 and it's not on page 61? Wait. Why did I write page 61? It's definitely not page 61. Is it 71 or 91? Like, what did I do here? 93. Is there a different... what did I do? Oh, sorry. Page 61 of the actual text. My bad. I'm using the actual page numbers and not the page numbers here. Maybe I'll... Page 61 or 93. Oh, that's so complicated. You know what? It's fine. Page 61. Anyways, so yeah, how much space would be required for all this to happen? Of course, you could read through the textbook and try and get that kind of understanding for the idea of block cipher, block cipher security. Another way, of course, to try and a lot of people have already answered these questions online. So, of course, you can just be, I feel like in today's day and age, the quick way to get an answer to something is to Google it. So, okay, that's not what I want to Google, of course. I don't know why it decided to Google a whole, why is it being... Sorry, I'm not actually sure why it's being so difficult. There you go. And so, yeah, okay, let's go to the very first one, right? The very first one. And so we're not looking for just the answer. Actually, I think I've already read through this one. We're looking for the answer and the question. So this is actually not that helpful to me. So this goes, okay, log 2 to the k, factorial is about k minus 1, k to the 2. For security of n bits, every other value should be at least 2 n bits long. Again, how much space is required? K, the 2k plus n, The answer, great, but not, in my opinion, not actually helpful. I think this is probably the exact same thing, right? It'll just give you the answer. Oh no, this time it's actually trying to write it out. So 150 million terabytes of space is required. Again, probably more along the right side, but let's try again. So this is actually how I... see, this is not that useful. Okay, I'm not going to keep your cookies either. There are better ones like on GitHub that have like actual answers and stuff. And so I like when people actually write out how they got the solutions. I think this is what we're missing in a lot of these online answers. But okay, so as an example, this is actually tries to give an answer to the solution. So, I'm just quickly trying to showcase how someone came to it. So, first storing 32-bit block cipher, some amount of space is required, which is also applicable to find the required space for this. That doesn't make sense so far. Let's keep going. The required space is 150 million terabytes of space to store a table for an entire Atlas block cipher that contains 64-bit blocks. See, they didn't actually... The amount required for 60-bit blocks, which has 80-bit keys, is 100 million terabytes. Yeah, I mean, I still, in my opinion, I don't like how it's just kind of a simple math. I mean, like, there's no written it out answer. But anyways, I guess to store the table, you need to have... If you wanted to store the table, you would need to have one entry for every key. So you have 80-bit keys. So you need an entry for every single one, 2 to the 80 keys, I guess. And then it operates on 64-bit blocks. So I guess you need 2 to the... Is it just 2 to the 64 by 2 to the 80 in like a table? See, I haven't done the math myself, so I have not actually answered these questions. I just kind of the directions that I would go. And so again, over the weekend, I'll be trying to answer these questions myself personally. A lot of them are more programming-based questions, going through like familiarize yourself with the cryptographic CLI tools. A popular one is OpenSSL. Using an existing cryptographic library, decrypt the following ciphertext in hex. So, you go to OpenSSL, you use, AES, and, okay, so you're going to decrypt the following. So you're using AES decrypt. Where are we? Oh, examples. Oh, new encrypt key. Mode encrypt. So you're looking for a decrypt mode. Functions. Where's the... I'm looking for a different example. But anyways, the idea is you do new decrypt, right? You're going to decrypt. It wants us to this is the ciphertext that we're decrypting, and so when we put it in, instead of having plain text here, right, we're going to put in a ciphertext, and we have a key. So then we know this is the key, 256-bit key. So instead of having, these are the bytes, and this is it, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 0B, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think, yeah. And so basically what you're doing is you're saying, actually, we're going to use this key. 8, a bunch of zeros, and then 1. So you're going to change the key there. The mutable IV, from my understanding, is like a randomized. It doesn't have to be random. It doesn't have to change. Like, we're just doing testing here, not a real system. So the IV can just stay the same and be some random input. And oh yeah, that's it. You're just decrypting that using AES. Simple enough. And I actually found a pretty simple solution, I think, for this that I actually wanted to note down. So Marmor J Foundation, go to notes, and where did I put it? Please say I put it somewhere normal. I'm going to take this off screen, actually. I feel like I put way too much stuff here. Yeah, I have it here somewhere. Here. Oh, it was this person here. Same person, sorry. But they used this. Just echo. I thought that was really interesting. So they just echoed this, which is this first information, the ciphertext, right? So apparently you can just do, and I'll show a terminal right here. I have a terminal right here. It might work. Perfect. So apparently if you just echo the ciphertext, and then you use the OpenSSL encryption, I don't know why it wouldn't be decrypt. Because it's saying decrypt. So I don't know why it would be enc. I thought it would be DEC. But anyways. And then I'm guessing this is what? Decryption, key, and this is the key. And then IV is 0, no pad. So to me, this actually shouldn't work. Like, I would expect to have to use, like, okay, I'm just going to change it just because I want, like, I don't know, I feel like it should be different. I feel like it should be decrypt, DEC. And then it says pipe, man. That's not helpful. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to try this some other time. May have to download OpenSSL. I've never tried it like this. Oh, no, oops. I didn't. OpenSSL. Okay, so I do have OpenSSL just sitting here. What if I... Nope. What is here? Cipher commands. AES 256. Oh, it really is ENC. Maybe I'm just a dummy who... It is ENC. Okay. Let's try this again. ENC. Oh. I need to use this more often. Standard commands. Take this message and then do OpenSSL encrypt AES 256, OpenSSL encrypt AES 256. Is there other ones? CBC, ECB, don't use that one apparently. Okay, so should I be able to do this? Should I be able to I don't know how you echo the... Anyways, honestly, I've never tried doing it like this. I guess normally I would just do it in like a file or something. But it did seem interesting to see if you could just type that out. Oh! Wait. It's saying that the response is the key? Oh, yeah, this one the response is the key. Wait, so this is the only one I messed up, and it's because... I don't know what I did. Let's try it again. Okay, sorry, it does work. So you put it in... Sorry, let me make this a bit bigger. So it's on one line. So basically, when you put this ciphertext in with this key, with an IV of 0, no pad, you get... Oh, sorry, this is the second one. When you put this ciphertext in with the key and no pad, you get this, which does seem quite random. That's good. And then the second one is trying to say, encrypt the following plain text. So this is plain text now, and you're encrypting it with your key, and it seems like you're getting the key back out, right? It seems weird. Although there's a difference between the lengths. So I'm not actually spending any time going through these. I'm just kind of taking the answers, going to a terminal, playing around with OpenSSL. To me, this is a bit less fun to play with than actually kind of going into here and seeing what's put in. But both can be valuable, of course. Okay, then in chapter 4, like for example, let P be a plain text. Actually, let's see if this reads it out.
Let PP be a plain text and let P be the length of PP in bytes. Let
it's saying
PP be the block
PP.
size of the block cipher in bytes. Explain why the following is not a good padding scheme. Determine the minimum number of padding bytes necessary in order to pad the plain text to a block boundary. This is a number nn which satisfies 0 nb1 0 nb1 and n plus
no, this
l.
one isn't doing
P,
that.
n plus l. P is a multiple of bb. Pad the plain text by appending nn bytes, each with value nn. Suppose you, as an attacker, observe the following 32 byte ciphertext CC in hex.
Okay, good enough. So for a question like this, for example, it's like asking, what's the minimum number of padding bytes necessary in order to pad the plain text to a block boundary? This is a number n which satisfies this, and n plus the length of the plain text is a multiple of b. Pad the plain text by appending n bytes, each with a value of n. So, short answer is that n could be 0, and that wouldn't be good. But, again, there's lots of questions to go through. And then I'm actually excited for the extra reading this week. So for this week coming up, the extra reading is like New Directions in Cryptography, but IBM published, what will become the data encryption standard. And so there's a couple copies of the paper here, which will be interesting to read. So, yes, my weekly schedule currently is that over the weekends, I plan to spend a good amount of time, working through this content for week number 2. Gotta wash my face, some stuff in my eye or whatever. So, yeah, over the weekend, I plan to work on my own solutions, try and get some solutions down. Hopefully, of course, by the end of next week, you should also see, there you go, session 2 notes are already here. Wonderful to see. We're not saying that it's hex, I guess, so no colors maybe. But anyways, the questions are here. The idea is that I'll try and work on the solutions myself. I'll try and help post the solutions to the site later on. And look, the graph is getting bigger. I have a live stream showing how this graph is growing. So before, you were only able to see, oh gosh, no global graph. Before, you were only able to see, where is it? Here is the syllabus. And now you're able to see that now the syllabus connects to session 2 notes. And the session 2 notes are actually the biggest part of the graph, because the session 2 notes connects to session 3 notes, right? Oh, right. Next, session 3 notes. It also connects to homework 1 solutions and everything else. So it's pretty cool to see how the links on the page are shown. Also, next and solutions are connected. So now solutions doesn't exist yet. Very interesting. So you kind of are seeing what's going to exist, but the nodes aren't actually filled out yet. So I'm mostly focusing on supporting with filling out the nodes of the knowledge graph in this area, and then hopefully continuing to help on cool. There's like exercises, notes, extra reading. I should probably change that. It's going to bother me, a little extra dots there. But for now, pretty good. Okay, and what was the last thing I wanted to talk about? These are the questions now, and they're already up. Week 2 notes are already live. It's very exciting. Oh, yes, the schedule. So over the weekend, I plan to work on my personal solutions. Early next, I plan to have my personal solutions complete by Monday each week. Just the way I would solve the problems. Not necessarily always the correct answers, but how I would solve them. And then the idea is that Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays would be focused on reading the content of the text and extra readings that are required for the next week. So, for example, I have to do it on my own time, but in terms of streaming, I would plan to be potentially overviewing chapters from the syllabus. So, for example, let's go to the syllabus, actually. It's probably the best way of explaining it. So, for example, this week is week 2. We just had the kind of talk about block ciphers. We went through last week's session notes. So this week, I plan to have exercises done by Monday. And I plan to do the reading for chapters 5 and 6, if that's clear. So the chapters for 3 and 4 reading, I've already done it, right, in week 1. So personally, I plan to do chapters 5 and 6 readings Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this upcoming week. And then I'll probably do a stream going over like new directions in cryptography, or maybe the session 2 extra reading. That'll kind of do it Monday to Wednesday or 4. On Thursdays each week, I hope to have the session notes ready. So, for example, next Thursday, after I've completed all this, I hope to help creating the session notes for week 3, which will require me to have already read chapters 5 and 6, just to have an understanding of what are some good questions to pull from it. From those chapters. Doesn't mean I've done the homework yet. It just means that I've read the chapters enough to start figuring out some good exercises. And that's pretty much how the week shakes out. By Thursday, I'm going to have the session notes ready. By Friday, by Thursday night, of course, all of the homework solutions are ready to go. And then by Friday, the solutions and session notes and everything is posted onto the Uncloak website. And so next Friday morning, there should be the homework 2 solutions posted, right here. The homework 2 solutions should be posted in the session notes here because they currently don't exist. Yeah, perfect. That's the weekly schedule for me currently. This weekend is going to be a bit busier. Because I do have my grandmother's funeral to go to. And so the funeral's on Sunday. I'm writing the eulogy tomorrow. And so today, my main goal is, so if you go to this, so that was kind of the top. We talked about how in the syllabus, there is 2 main purposes of what we're doing. There is, where is it? Am I like, am I blind? Yeah, I'm probably just blind. Yeah, I don't know. The point is, I can't even read it. I've read it just now. I went over it already. But the point is, we also have this wonderful contributor guide. That's all that matters. So, Uncloak Contributor Guide, documented to help contributors get up to speed on where and how to contribute. Press F12 at any time to open this page while within Obsidian. So let me click F12 right now. Cool, didn't do anything for me. But I'm assuming on my other device, let's try it. I don't even have Obsidian on this device that I'm currently streaming from. But I just downloaded a new version of Obsidian on my laptop. And so, whoa, let's see. Topic meta, contributor guide, F12. Wait, do I have to do it from Uncloak? Oh, so if I'm in Obsidian doing stuff, now that's exciting too. I can just see. I've got a lot to do in terms of like making sure that my local Obsidian repo stays up to date. So yeah, I'll probably have to do that as well and just get that streamed up. But anyways, let's get started. So first thing to do is fork the repo and edit in a markdown editor of your choosing. Okay, so let's go to GitHub. I'm not gonna do this whole thing right now. How long have I been streaming for? Oh my gosh, 37 minutes. I'm tired. Okay, so let me just sign in, log in with Chloe, see all this crazy stuff. I have Uncloak C, which is not protected. I'm 13 commits behind. Okay, so I'm trying to go from head to main. Dang it. Sync fork. Ugh, it's because I have 16 commits that I didn't even push. They were just like stupid things. I'm just going to delete my 16 commits. Wait. These are the 16 commits it wants to delete? Sometimes GitHub piss me off. So my branch is... Oh no. Ugh. Updated yesterday. Okay. I've got to fix this on my end. So... my branch is 16 commits ahead. Yeah. Okay, perfect. My branch is up to date because I deleted all my stupid things. Right? And then I can sync my fork. Okay, because I already synced the new stuff. I didn't have to delete all my shit, but my shit was just local. Yeah. I did this yesterday. 13 commits came in. Perfect. Now I have those. I'm synced. My bad. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, I'm not even sure this is gonna work, my guy, but let's see. I don't use this often, so what should we call it? Sure, just for now. Okay. In here, are we going to keep it simple? No. That'd be boring. Fine. Git clone. Sure. Ugh. Permission denied. Public key. Do I even have? Oh, and you have to use SSH. Do I even have an SSH key added here? Okay, I'm gonna have to do this later on this machine. I thought I already. I don't think you're supposed to use sudo for like the git clone stuff. I'm gonna try though. Did I spell that right? Permission denied. Public key. Yeah, I think I have to like hate this part. I mean, I don't hate it. It's just gotta. So this is what I want to making a guide about because I always forget this stuff. We go to settings, and you go to SSH and GPG keys. There you go. Remove any keys that you do not recognize. So I think I can like add a new key. How do you do this again? I always forget. Don't. Oops. Okay. Authentication key. Yeah, it's just an authentication key. Am I gonna have to use Google again? Create new GitHub SSH key. I literally do this once a month. And so we're on Linux actually. We're on Mac actually. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Legacy, we don't want to use. Okay, so simple enough. And again, I'll make a little guide for this eventually. And this guide's right here. I just really copy the guide. But then you just put your email address here. So for me, as we saw, it's chloe@marmaj.org, right? And then boom. Creates me a private key. Enter the file. Again, I'm just going to hit enter. I'm not going to be fancy. I'm just going to say save it where it already is. And it says I already have one. Wait. No. Okay. I probably shouldn't like cat my key here. Public private key pair. I think I'm about to like share my private key because I can't remember. Yeah. I already have this. At the prompt, type a secure passphrase. I don't have a passphrase. Man, my stuff's not that secure. I'm not trying to keep any of this secure. I'm trying to build and have fun. So, oh yeah, I already have this. Okay, let me just do this part. I did this a couple weeks ago. I forget literally instantly every time. Okay, 7265. You need to modify atomic load keys. First check to see if it exists in the default location. Ooh, is this going to be annoying and like make me do all this Mac stuff specifically because I'm on a Mac? Yeah, it's all right here. Perfect. I already did all this. Yeah. To add your private key to the key agent and store your passphrase in the keychain. Blah, blah, blah. I probably already did this. Add the key to the account. Ugh. See, I did this part already. Add your private key to the key chain and do this. So I'm going to click the next one and just adding it on the web browser. This is just your, public key. Okay, so this should hopefully just copy, the public key, and it should allow me to just be like Mac, and then do that. That's why it's incorrect. Okay, cool. I do have to recreate one anyways. So I did have to do that. Do that, overwrite it, no passphrase, same passphrase, sounds good. Let's see if this works. Yeah, I probably just deleted an old key, but I don't care. Perfect. Now I have my key up. If I'll make a new key later if I need a new key. This is not stuff that I look at that closely, to be honest. Okay, so now I should have the key here, and I should be able to. No. You should have permissions now. I even use sudo this time. Cannot read from remote repository. Make sure you have access right. This I definitely did, because I just did this Mac thing and just did this, and it said never used read write. But it did get added, officially. Let's see. Maybe I had to do that other random thing it wanted me to do. Whoops. Not you. Okay. You. Let's go back. That was pretty cool. This whole PV copy thing. First time I've used that. I usually just cat it and copy it from there. I did this part already. I added the key to the account. Yeah, everything was there. Okay, it's in the default location. Maybe I have to use this part just because illegal option SSH add illegal option dash and then dash uses SSH add, and it wants the file. Apple use keychain. That's weird. SSH add fingerprint hash provider. Isn't that the provider then? Maybe just one dash? Nope, that's not gonna work. And you're telling me that okay, let me take out the sudo before git clone and see if that works. Man, sometimes GitHub pisses me off. Oh, I just wasn't supposed to have sudo. My bad. Okay, so now I have Uncloak C. That was just me being silly. Okay. So now, whoops. That's not really what I wanted to do. I wanted to. I don't even have Obsidian here. Okay, so Obsidian .md. I definitely never even looked at it about Mac before. This can harm my computer. Keep it. Keep it. Okay. Obsidian, you can go there. Open you. Okay, I'm gonna keep you. Keep in dock. Yeah, I want to open it. 100% chance. Show and finder too. Oh no, Soups already did that. Create new vault. Open folder as vault. The folder is going to be. Where are you? Man, sometimes Macs just confuse the heck out of me because I know what I'm looking for, and I feel like on a Linux system it's like obviously right there, and you go use a Mac and you're like, why? How do I just? Ugh, I hate Near Ops Master Zoom. Where are these apps? Desktop. Okay, I'm so bothered by this. I feel like it's so unnecessary. Like, why is Finder so weird? Okay, do I have to like get used to Max like, right now? So open Exalt in the existing folder. Okay. Obsidian. Edit. This is being so much more complicated than it has to be. Why? Oh, is it soup? Sorry. Obsidian. I don't know why it's over there still. Is this the solution? Wait, what did I just do? Dang it. Here. Well, there we go. I did it. Woohoo. Okay. Mac. User. Sorry. Obviously not user, man. Yeah. And then this. Open. Oh, thank you. Okay. I trust you. Enable all the plugins. This is so cool. Okay. Restricted mode. No. Browse. Check for updates. Ooh, 44 plugins installed. So I got all the plugins. This is not as nice on my Linux. This is so cool. Update all the plugins. Cool. Vim C support. Okay, this is nice. I'm liking this. Because I downloaded the entire repo, this file already has... Why is this taking so long? Yeah, so because I have this entire repo, this file already has this .obsidian with plugins in it, and so I already have all these plugins, and so now when I use Obsidian, I get all those plugins for free. Very cool. So advanced tables, debug stuff. Okay, yeah, this is a lot. Let's close this because it's a lot. Let's go to some random section. So courses, cryptography engineering. How do I open this? Oh, I don't know how to open that. That was really weird. No file is open. Go to file. Nope. Okay. Oh, here it is. Yeah, okay. This Mac stuff is complicated. And if I hit F12, oh, it goes to the contributor guide. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video here. I am going to add to this contributor guide more from this device, or like go through it, but I'll probably do a different video completely. So again, this weekend is quite busy. I'm writing a eulogy tomorrow, probably starting in the morning. I'm going to my mom's house, hanging out, finishing up the eulogy, and then Sunday we have the actual funeral. Sunday afternoon, I'll probably start doing my homework from the class before. And probably Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, I will do another stream going over the Uncloak contributor guide. By then, I'll have more time to actually read through it myself. But very cool. I'm actually loving how this is all kind of working out so far. And this video started with the guide. Talking about the very, very, very start of the guide, where literally just fork the repo and edit in a markdown editor of your choosing. So to me, the editor of my choosing is actually Obsidian. I forked it. I pulled the file to my local computer. I used Obsidian to open that file. But even that one line could take someone up to half an hour to do. And so it obviously took me quite a while too. So thanks everyone for coming out. I'm going to watch some anime now. I'm super tired. And yeah, hope you all having a great day and have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who's having Thanksgiving and stuff. Love y'all and toodles.